So you'll notice we just got a shard of the shrine. Every time you do these optional missions, you get something you can give to people in the tower. And they generally give you something pretty worthwhile for doing so. And it's one of the more redeeming features of the game, because it's one of the guaranteed ways to get good stuff. However, as you get towards the end game and the high level stuff, you lose this ability, because you're not getting rewards for the missions anymore, so you're not giving things back and you're not getting things, and it definitely turns it into more of a grind than what it seems when you're traditionally leveling. And the level cap is only 20, and then above that you can get to 30 using light. But even then, like, the game had been out a week and people were at max level. I just don't agree with it. Like, I don't understand why there is a max level. You could just have things continuing to scale. It seems really strange. And I know exactly what it'll be. They're probably selling us a level later on, but I just find that stuff disgusting. I truly do. So here's the postmaster. He's got that and we don't have enough space for it, so we'll hit the bounty board and come back. There's that one, and we'll see what he's got. We're not going to do a strike, I don't think, in this walkthrough. That Queen's Favour is pretty good, but they're essentially strikes that it wants you to do for him.
You like the big one, I bet.
Good old John DiMaggio. Ooh. So, I want a sniper rifle. It's only got 3 rounds, but we'll take it because we've used the fusion rifle for a while. I've in fact used fusion more than any other gun in the game, so I would definitely like to perhaps be free of it for this playthrough, this walkthrough, I should say.
Yes.
So what did you give? A bounty lead. I can't really remember what those bounty leads do. It's been such a long time since I've had any.
I suspected you'd choose that one.
Oh, it didn't atrophy. Awesome. So the cool thing about him as well is he will, whenever you level him up, he gives you an awesome thing at the postmaster. Cool. Is that additional? That is additional. It's not a choice. I like the sound of that. 47 defense, still not as good as this beast. We'll get rid of this. We're level 8 now. And then we will go to the exclamation that is next to the Titan man, see what he's selling. And if it's peace, we're not buying. Right. Shard of the Shrine. What the hell did that give me? Arms requisition. Oh, I think if I go to the arms dealer now, I can get a good gun. What's that? 35 defense and 11 discipline. Is that better than my helmet? It is. I'm going to buy that just because, why not? It's not that expensive, is it? 190? There we go. Just up our defense a little bit, and now we can go to the gunsmith, and we can go down to World and do a mission. As we gradually make our way to Venus. So have you got another bounty? Is that what that bounty lead's about? Oh, there you go. Defeat Fugoth the Untamed in the Summoning Pit Strike. Yeah, fuck that.
Exchange.
It's not difficult, it's just their missions literally we've already done, guys. They're just repasted and tougher. Right, 91, 91, 91, 91. So we're going to do an auto rifle, seeing as how we haven't had one on since the very beginning. And I'm pretty happy about that. That's a big upgrade too. That's double the damage we were doing. And then we can get out of here. Right then. Excuse me. It wants us to go here, so we should go here. Chamber of the Night, level 8. We can probably... No, we can't. Never mind. I'm contemplating doing a Bayonetta 2 blind playthrough. It could be fun. I guess it all depends on how strictly it'll be flagged, because YouTube is a cruel mistress when Nintendo are hungry for revenue. And at this moment in time, Nintendo are kind of struggling a little bit. They've got quite a nice lineup of games coming, and they're going to probably have a much stronger year than they did last year, but they're still probably in a deficit, because the singularity that was the Wii has now worn off, and everybody is realizing that, you know, they don't really have
in any one of their thousands of chambers.
much competition at this moment. What's the recoil like?
I can map the entire Hive Fortress.
It rattles a bit, but we'll let it off. Oh. Just have to feather it at a distance. That's bullshit, that. I hate that. I was still holding X. There's no reason that shouldn't continue to do what it was doing, but because I wasn't facing it, boom, no detection.
Okay, good scan, but not enough to locate the ritual yet. Let's keep looking.
Oh, cool. We're not going down there. Thank God. Somewhere different. Oh, that was terrible. I got disorientated and panicked. I say panic. I just aimed like an idiot. Alright. Where's the crack that I need to scan? Oh, there it is. Oh, I know where this is. It's in that little base place. They always have you scouting when you patrol. What a trolley area. It's so redundant. It's a new word. It's retarded and redundant. It's retardedly redundant. It's redundant. Right. There it is. This guy hurts, and thus needs to be killed. I wasn't disorientating at all. Oh, does that not work? Watch that not work. Oh, it worked.
Hold on. I got it.
You're not the only one.
We have to go deeper into the Temple of Crota.
Yep, back to Temple of Crota. That's that clutch level design, guys. Back into the place we've already been in twice. Oh, Destiny, do you ever stop underwhelming me? I do really like the sound of this bike. It's like Zoidberg dubstep. It's truly amazing. But let's talk about something else, if I can think of something. What to talk about? Somebody asked on a comment if I was going to finally get around to buying a PS4. They phrased it interestingly as well, and I couldn't reply, which is always frustrating, because I don't think they have the Google Plus set up correctly. But it was along the lines of, it's all good and well, but are you finally going to buy a PS4? You know, kind of diminishing the value of the last gen, even though personally I think there's literally nothing worth owning a PS4 for right now. And what I would have said to the person, if I could have replied, would have been, you know, name 2 games that are worth buying in the next year for PS4, except for Bloodborne and The Order, even if that's out in the next year, which I don't even know if it is. Because honestly, I don't think the guy could have, and if he could, there would have been things he liked and I disagreed with. Because that console has nothing on it worth playing. Nothing. That's why I don't have one. They're like 300 quid. I could buy one now, but why would I when there's nothing on it? Same with the Xbox One. Xbox One, nothing on it. Nothing worth playing. Like, PS4 has The Last of Us, which I adore, and I would love to play at that high quality, but it's still The Last of Us at the end of the day, which I've played a lot, so you can't justify purchasing it. I will gladly pick one up for Bloodborne because I look back on the time I spent with Dark Souls 1 and I think Bloodborne's going to do that to me again. So to me, it pays for itself that way. And a lot of people say, you know, why would you buy a console for one game? Well, my mentality is, it's a hell of a lot better than buying a console for no games. And that is why I do not own an Xbox One or a PS4. Because neither have anything worth owning. Next month, that might change. But, like Shadows of Mordor, I would love to play next gen. Lords of Fallen, I would love to play next gen. You know, there's a ton of games that I would love to play. But none of them are PlayStation 4 exclusives, and because I'm more invested in achievements than I am trophies, I would always go Xbox One first, even though it's this immense, massive brick of noise, because it's like a VCR from the 80s. It's like a fucking Betamax. Ooh, okay. Oh, we nearly had him flinching then. When you have him flinching, it's hilarious, because you can kind of stun lock. It doesn't always work, but it sometimes works. But isn't it funny that Halo was this game almost built on picking up enemy weapons, and in Destiny there's all these different races of enemies, they're all using different looking guns, and we can't get any of them. Not even like single use items that you drop when you run out of the clip. You know, simple stuff, simple easy stuff that they've done before. Dual wielding. What is it about dual wielding that Bungie now hates? You know, they sold Halo 2 as if dual wielding was a new mechanic when GoldenEye did it back in '97. It's like, come on guys, your sequel cannot be, and now you can hold two guns when a game did it like nearly 10 years before you. Which is obviously not true, because what was Halo 2? Halo 1 was it 2000, 2001 maybe? Halo 2 2004, so it's, you know, it's not right, but you get the joke. And it's at Bungie's expense, because I'm sorry, but 2 levels on Earth and dual wielding is not a game I want to buy. However, punching that dude on that throne was hilarious. But my biggest problem with Halo 2 is that controller. Good God. Like, people think for some reason I'm an Xbox fanboy. Oh, you couldn't be more wrong. The difference being is, I think the 360 is a fantastic console. I think it'd be a better console if Microsoft didn't have it, but the original Xbox, I think, is one of the worst consoles ever made. There are a few that stand taller in the regard of, I just don't like playing it, and Xbox is really up there, because the pad is atrocious. Even the smaller one they built out, because apparently only giants and people with elephantitis could hold the other one. Even the small pad was too big and too stupid and too dumb and too worthless and unplayably bad. Ugh. Especially if you were like me and you were a big Nintendo guy and you had a GameCube, and the GameCube pad fitted your hand like a fine wine in the cusp of a beautiful naked woman. So good. Although it did have a questionable C-stick and that Z button was weirdly placed. But the Xbox controller, man, ugh, a fucking console. And I never owned one. My mum bought one for my nephews, and I vicariously played it through them, but after about 10 minutes holding that pad, I was done. I was like, yeah, don't want to do this. I would rather go back and play God of War 2, and Luigi's Mansion, and Ikaruga. Sorry for that skip there, guys. I got interrupted, so I'm going to have to edit that out. Nothing I can do. There's a no-knock policy in my house. And it is what it is.
Like the ones invading Earth. If we don't finish this, there'll be more of these hitting home.
But I was very reticent about next-gen consoles, the very same way I am now. Because if a console launches with no games, chances are the next year is going to be no better. And I've been proven right in this assumption twice now, and I take no pleasure in being right, because I don't want next-gen consoles to fail. I want them to be amazing. I want them to be the pinnacle of gaming, but they aren't. Right now, they can't even support the things, the fundamentals that make them next-gen. You know, it's uh-oh, am I dead? I'm not dead. Whew! I thought that was a pitfall. So, if anything, I just find it kind of sad that the promise is lost. And I keep pressing my bumper and I don't get anything. I don't know why. It's not sticking. Maybe it's just, you know, had its day. But I was the same. I didn't want to move on from GameCube and PS2 era because I felt that those games coming out were still better than anything else. And I was very reluctant to get a 360 or a PS3. And Gears of War changed that for me. Because until I saw that, you know, and I saw that chainsaw animation, I'd seen nothing like that ever. It kind of blew me away. And it's funny because I was watching a bunch of, I'm not going to say pro players because they were competitive players, they weren't professional. And it was like a competitive tournament on Gears, and just the strategy and all the interesting things that were happening, it was something I wanted to get into, I wanted to get my friends into, and I wanted to try and play competitively and get really good. It never ended up working that way, but I ended up getting a 360 and really enjoying it. And losing myself online in spite of the insane host advantage that game had. But if not for Gears, I would still probably be on PS2. And like, if not for Metal Gear Solid 4, I would have probably never bought a PlayStation 3. It's just that thing. Well, this is slightly longer than I expected. I wonder if I can run this, because my dinner is ready and it is getting cold. So let's see what it wants us to do here. See if we can do a little bit of shimmy shimmy. Hello. Don't kill me. Is this door going to open?
Here it is.
Yes, it is.
The darkest of all the Hive's chambers.
Oh, you've got to kill those witches. I remember this. This is quite tricky, this. I think. I could be wrong. Oh, that was beautiful. I'm out of ammo, but still. That was sexy. I think after this it goes nuts and a golem turns up. Or maybe it's now. I love spawn killing on this game. I generally never have weapons effective enough to do it, but it's still a lot of fun. And I'm in trouble! Those brute shots really hurt. Something's up my ass. I assume it's a thrall. This is one of those rooms where you can't go back in though, like the other strategies, because it seals. And you have to come in, which, you know, it is what it is. I do like these auto rifles. The one I've got on my character is a legendary one, but it kicks like a donkey. Which is no fun really. Because if you can't keep, you have to literally hold forward on the right analog to keep it down, and if you don't, it's kind of worthless. Second spawn off the right door, is it? What I'm going to try and do here if I can. Oh, someone spawned to left. Shit. Probably not going to be able to do what I wanted. There's just so many of them. So those guys are amazing because they blow up like that. So like, whoa, shit! Did not think they would. Oh, don't die, Chris. There's no respawns. Get in cover, get that regen back. Come on, life. Thank you. If you can get him flinching with those headshots, he doesn't stand a chance. It's kind of insane. This is the ogre. Oh no! I didn't have enough rounds to continue it. That could have been beautiful. Need to be careful here because I'm going to get bummed if I'm not careful. Careful is a relative term, of course. Oh, that door's open. That is a lot of bad people up there, though. Regen, 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 regen. Please regen! Yeah, I'm gonna die. Something's literally up my ass. You. That was hairy. That was like straight up 70s Bush. But everything dies once you kill him. So that's okay. Whew. Yeah, I hate the regen sometimes. It refuses to come back. It takes forever. And when you're jumping, like the enemies can hit you just as fine as they can when you're running, so it's often not a good idea, but I have safety in the air in my brain for some reason. If we had an extra few shots in this sniper, we could have killed him before he'd entered the room. That would have been really good. Like if I'd have saved a rocket, I could have hit him with one of that and then killed him with a sniper.
They were using it against the Traveler, devouring its light. But we freed it.
Yeah, this is all dramatic,
And our
very
new friend
interesting.
said there are enemies on Venus worse than this?
And now we're going to unlock Venus. But there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and you take care now.